Tonight we report on a Stop the Violence march for murder victim Chris Guerra and why a former county clerk is back in jail. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. The nation's leading shot blocker is dismissed from the University of Washington, and Patriots owner Robert Kraft wants an apology from the NFL. Here's a glance at our Weather Center forecast.
Hello everyone, patchy fog and cloud cover will persist around our region. Some disturbance towards our west. I'll have all the details for you in just a bit.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on Ifiber One News.
From the Ifiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is Ifiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is Ifiber One News, and it starts now.
A man allegedly offered alcohol to two 14-year-olds, made sexual comments to one of them, stole a car, and later damaged a police car. Marty Archer, a 29-year-old Moses Lake resident, reportedly ran out of gas while driving on South Dynasty Drive and started walking in the area of Moses Lake High School. Archer was reportedly intoxicated and carrying a bottle of liquor when he approached two teenagers. Archer reportedly offered both teenagers alcohol before making sexual comments to a 14-year-old girl and followed them to a home. He was waiting outside as a brother of one of the teenagers left his car running in the driveway. Archer allegedly stole the car and later abandoned it. Archer was arrested and allegedly began to kick the windows from inside the patrol car. He reportedly ignored police commands and was pepper sprayed. Archer allegedly bashed his face against the interior of the car, causing a cut on his head, and defecated in the back seat. Community support for murder victim Chris Guerra and his family has been overwhelming since his death January 18th. His brother spoke with Ifiber One News to discuss the support and to remember Chris. Reporter Joe Utter has the details.
The Guerra family has been overwhelmed by the support from the community following the death of Chris Guerra. More than $14,000 has been raised on a GoFundMe account from friends and family to local businesses and people the family doesn't know. Chris was shot and killed January 18th outside the Moses Lake Jack-in-the-Box. Chris's older brother, Jabet, spoke with Ifiber One News and addressed the support from the community, saying, quote, "He was a big-time family man. Chris had the biggest heart that any 22-year-old could ever have, and all this support we are getting from the community shows how much Chris meant to this town. It's a heartwarming feeling." Jabet said Chris was a very outgoing person who loved to have fun with family and friends. Chris turned 22 on January 18th. The night of January 17th was supposed to be one of those fun times with friends to celebrate his birthday. Chris and his friends were at a bar on West Broadway Avenue when they decided to leave after seeing a dispute allegedly involving Jason Williams, the suspect in the shooting of Chris. A video posted online by a friend who was with Chris when they were at the bar shows them walking on Broadway and making a last-minute decision to stop at Jack-in-the-Box. Chris and his three friends ended up behind Williams and his wife, Martha Mejia, in the drive-thru. Williams and Guerra allegedly began fighting in the drive-thru when Williams grabbed a gun from his vehicle and shot Guerra. A memorial still sits outside the drive-thru at the fast food restaurant. Jabet said he's praying justice will be served for his brother and family. This is Joe Utter reporting for Ifiber One News.
A Stop the Violence march for Chris Guerra is planned for Saturday in Moses Lake. The event, co-organized by the groups Stop Gang Violence Movement and Studio Over Streets, will begin at Jack-in-the-Box, where the 22-year-old was shot and killed. According to Moses Lake Police, the shooting was not gang-related, but organizers say the message is still the same: end the violence. The gathering begins at 5 p.m. at Jack-in-the-Box, with the march starting at 5:30 p.m. The plan is for marchers to stop at several landmarks along the way and end at City Hall for a balloon release. A 2-hour meeting on a proposed $1 surcharge for the Gorge Amphitheater was held Monday, but no decisions were made. Reporter Cameron Probert has more details.
Another round of discussions is expected to follow a 2-hour-long meeting about the proposed $1 ticket surcharge for the Gorge Amphitheater. Representatives from the City of Quincy, the Quincy Valley Medical Center, Grant County Fire District 3, and Live Nation met with the Grant County Commissioners Monday morning after the commissioners opposed a bill presently in the state legislature. The bill would allow county commissioners to add a $1 surcharge to all tickets sold at rural amphitheaters. The money would go to hospital and fire districts serving the amphitheaters. The commissioners are opposing the surcharge because they feel the issues can be handled locally. Hospital officials stated a portion of their bad debt comes from concert goers and should be the responsibility of the venue. The various groups agreed to meet again to discuss possible solutions that didn't involve the surcharge. For Ifiber One News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Short break, we'll be right back.